To get kids moving, I like to do school standing up. I like to work at a standing desk, and I think that that can be very well applied to school as well. Sitting down promotes slouching. It promotes laziness. It promotes sleepiness. So standing up feels good if you're used to standing up. The movement that we've talked about that stimulates blood flow also brings glucose to the brain. So glucose can also be obtained from things like juice, and many scientific studies show that a small addition of glucose can help boost brain activity and help people score higher on tests. I have said be careful with juice and drinks and that kind of thing, but realize that they also have their place. If kids are hungry, don't do school. Stop and get a snack. If kids need to move, don't make them sit still. Let's get out of the classroom and into the real world. We like to take snacks or pack lunches. I already said that we like to eat out, but we also like to bring food with us as well. I'm not talking about junk snacks or junk lunches. It really has to be better than what you would get at a restaurant. We like to make it fancy or make it fun. Now, I like this rule too. I like to eat junk just as much as the other guys. So, let your kids splurge sometimes. Let them have Oreos. Let them have chips. Let them have some fun with it. As I mentioned, don't be militant about your food. Don't criticize other people's healthy choices without giving an explanation. No sodas after a predetermined hour. I think any parent can attest to kids getting wired off sugar right before bed, and sometimes it happens if you go out to a movie or you go do something else fun or you're on a family outing. Put a hard rule in place, but don't be scared to break it sometimes. If we're in an airport and there's stairs and an escalator, I'm going to choose the stairs, and I usually get there first. I also like to look for parking away from the store. Just a few extra steps here and there can make a big difference. So to bring it all together, if you can walk, walk. So we've talked a lot about what you should do. Now let's take a look at some of the things that you shouldn't do. This is a big one. I hate eating in front of the TV. If you sit in front of the TV with food, you're going to eat more, you're going to eat mindlessly, and you're probably going to sit there for a while. I guess I've already mentioned this one too, but I think it's important that you don't be militant about food. Your kids need to have a good, healthy relationship with food. They need to realize what it's for and what it's not for. If you're militant about food, it can create a dangerous precedent. Don't keep junk food at the house. If it is in your house, it will be eaten. If you buy a bunch of junk food for a party or something fun like that, give it away, leave it where you had the party, or even throw it away. Now, I think that many of us came from a generation of parents that made us clean our plates. I think this habit had its place at one time, but in our world of abundance now, cleaning your plate all of the time is kind of a foolish action that only leads to obesity. And as we've already mentioned, don't reward with food. Come up with other rewards. Time with friends, time on the TV or with the iPod, or time doing something else fun. But try to get away from rewarding with food. And if you must, use healthy food as a reward. We have covered a lot here, and there's still a lot more to cover. Developing a healthy family and healthy kids is a lifelong task. So take a look at the action guide that I've put together that will give you some key bullet points about what you can do right now to make a big difference. And don't forget, it is your job as a parent to set a good example for your children. So let's take a minute to sum up what we've covered this time. We've looked at some different issues related to kids' health and fitness. We've looked at the problems. We've tried to talk about what kids' fitness is and what it's not. We've looked at some solutions, some keys to live by, and developed some rules that can help you in a pinch. We've looked at how to make it easy, because easy is good. If it's not easy, you're not going to do it. And one more time, we have talked about setting a good example. It's up to you. So this concludes Health and Fitness. Nicole will be back with you next time for curriculum weaving.